What are the top cryptocurrencies for 2022? That is something we'll combat and dive into today. Well, before we do that though, make sure you subscribe to the channel in order to see more of this content as well. So before I dive into the top cryptocurrencies, the top 10 that we are looking at for 2022, let me ask you this. When we look back at the history of cryptos, which ones have been the most successful ones? Comment below which cryptos has been the most successful ones. And the answer is, by looking at the facts, we have Bitcoin as number one. Most people are looking at finding the next Bitcoin. There's over 10,000 cryptocurrencies out there. And if you look to find the next Bitcoin, you look, at the number 10,000 or 8,000, what the actually past has shown by looking back in history of the last really 5, 6, 7 years, what we found is that most of those are not really around anymore. There are a few home runs that you could have made, but just looking at the top 200 coins, you will be able to see that many of the top 20 that's been in the top 20 for the last couple of years have changed dramatically. The few that's really been around would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if we start with the two first picks of those top 10 coins for 2022, that would absolutely be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because we are not trying to neither reinvent the wheel nor do something insane, right? We wouldn't go, okay, this would be the next one, because it's risky, and we do not do risky in that sense. So what I would do, if you look at the top of the list, there you have Bitcoin, the most amount of money should go there. That's how we treat it. If you go down the list, the further down you get, the less money, because the lower down the list, if looking at the market capitalization, the more risk it will be involved. So it's just important to really measure your risk, and just remember these are no recommendations and we are using very firm strategies. But the thinking behind our picks is this. So what are the kind of companies or cryptos that will really survive? Well, we believe that the layer 1 protocols, they will survive, at least the best ones. So we're not going to go down and invest into individual games necessarily, not if we only would pick 10. Because if I invest into individual games, what happens if that games goes to zero or they fail? Well, then I'll lose all my money. But if I invest into something like Ethereum that has thousands of applications built on the blockchain, well, if one of them goes to zero, it doesn't really matter. It's a little bit like investing into an index fund. If you invest into US 100, you are getting a small piece of the top 100 tech companies in the world, and the probabilities of those going to zero is slim to none. Well, I would say it's none, really. And this is really the logic we're utilizing. So what we're looking at here is the layer ones, the infrastructures, the ecosystem that has thousands or hundreds of protocols and cryptos built on top of them. So number one would be Bitcoin. That is one of the obvious ones. That's the biggest one, the grandfather of cryptocurrencies, and I think that's a great one to start with. And remember, the lower down the list we go, the less money, and we're utilizing our CCA and small cap strategy on this. So that's one lesson to write down, that you do need to use a strategy when you're investing. So then we would have Bitcoin, Ethereum, but then we'll go down to another one, which is Binance. So Binance Coin is one of the Binance is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, and Binance Coin is the coin they use for their entire ecosystem. It is also a ecosystem where there's hundreds of applications built on it. So it's a blockchain as well. And then after that we have Cardano. Now, Cardano is actually made and created by one of the co-founders of Ethereum, which is Charles Hoskinson. He bases this blockchain on science, so it's supposed to be very, very good. They're building a lot of things on it. It has a very solid community, and we believe it will absolutely be one to perform well in the next bull market that will come. And now it's obviously the time when the price is low. That's the time to buy, but only of course with money that you can lose, because you might be in for months to years. That's how long we calculate when we're investing, and obviously with solid strategies as well. The next one is XRP, and the reason for that is because XRP, they are in a situation with SEC. Depending on when you're watching on this, it might even be over. But that being said, they are working together with 200 banks around the world or more. So that being said, they're looking to become the global payment system in the world. And if they succeed, I think it can become really big. But just know this, that every single cryptocurrency you invest into is very risky. It's like investing into Amazon 10 years ago when it went up and down 50-60% every year. And some of them will succeed, right? So we are kind of targeting a few different ones, not to put all our eggs into one basket. The next one of the big ones here with the CCA strategy would be Solana. Solana is a competitor to Ethereum and Binance Coin, and they have actually just launched. Not only have they a great blockchain, and they have been in some troubles before, but they're working on solving those. It's still a new industry. But what they're doing, which is very exciting now, is they're actually launching a phone as well, built for the Solana ecosystem. So the launch looked a little bit like Apple when they're launching their products. So if they're getting into that industry, I think that can be very exciting as well, combining tangible things that people can use with the code that they're creating as well. And they have hundreds of projects built on it. So if one project failed or is built on Solana, it will not affect them that much. That's why we're investing into the infrastructure. The next one is Polkadot. And Polkadot is also a blockchain that is very exciting, has a lot of innovation happening on it. The same as Solana, has a lot of projects being built on it, and is also very, very exciting. So those are the layer ones. Then we have the second layer, which is layer 2. And layer 2 are the supportive projects that are supporting the whole ecosystems that are being built. So the bigger ones need support. Ethereum can't do transactions very fast. So what is happening is that then we have other ones such as Matic, which would be the first one. What they have done is they say, all right, so Ethereum cannot really do transactions this fast. So what we're doing is we're building a support system for Ethereum. So if Ethereum is successful, which we believe, then Polygon or Matic, which is the ticker, will also do really, really well. So Matic would be the first one of the smaller ones. And remember, the lower down the list, the less money we invest. The next one of those is Stacks. And the reason we chose Stacks is because that's the biggest one that is actually building an ecosystem and supportive system for Bitcoin. The ticker is STX, and this one can also be huge and follow the success of Bitcoin as well. The next one is the Link. So Link is Chainlink, and they are building an oracle to allow all these different blockchains to interact and speak to each other. So if Ethereum needs something from another blockchain, they can use Chainlink to channel that information. So some say that these oracles will be really the backbone of this whole ecosystem that's being built. And the second is Atom there, which is Cosmos. So Cosmos or Atom, same there, building an amazing ecosystem and also trying to bridge the information between all of these blockchains that are being created, which I think will be incredible as well. So to summarize this, we're investing in the layer ones, into the layer twos that are supporting the layer ones, the Internet 2.0 protocols and blockchains, and then also into the oracles that are kind of binding all of this together. That is the glue in this, we think. So we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have Cardano, we have Solana, we have Polkadot, we have XRP that's connecting the banking system. We then have Matic, we have Stacks, we have Link, and we have Atom. So those are some of the top 10 that we are looking at, and obviously utilizing strategies. So comment below, are you agreeing with this? Or would you invest into something else? We'd love to hear from you, so make sure you comment below. So with that being said, if you enjoy these type of contents, once again, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also like the video if you enjoy this, and also, of course, hit that alarm bell so you keep getting notifications whenever we're releasing a new video. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.